The average cost of a care home in the UK is £1,298 a week. If nursing care is needed, that rises to £1,535 a week. That's nearly £67,500 a year just for residential care, and nearly £80,000 a year if you need nursing care. And if you need dementia care and it's involved, it can be even higher. Now, here's the part most people don't know. The former Conservative government had actually planned to introduce a lifetime cap in England of £86,000. But this was scrapped in July of 2024 by the Labour government. It's also worth knowing that these costs aren't the same everywhere. They can vary depending on where you live. In places like London or the Southeast, they can be significantly more expensive. And in other regions, it's lower, but still it's substantial. So even those national averages don't tell us the full story. So right now, there is no maximum limit on what you might pay. And once you realize that, the question becomes, what are you actually paying for? Because £1,298 a week or £1,535 a week isn't just care. It includes accommodation, meals, utilities, and full-time support with your day-to-day living. Things like washing, dressing, and moving around. And if you need nursing care, that adds a medical support bill on top. So this isn't just a care bill, it's your entire life bundled into a weekly cost. Now, let's stretch those numbers out just a bit more. So if we look at 2 years in residential care, it's like £235,000 a year. 3 years, including nursing care, we're looking at close to £240,000. And for some people, it does go on longer than that. So this can quietly become one of the largest expenses of your entire life, which is why a lot of people are so eager to spend within their lifetime, but you never know when you're going to get unwell. So who actually pays for it? And in most cases, it's you. You pay for it. If you've got savings or assets above a certain threshold, you'll usually have to fund your own care to begin with. If you have over £23,250, you are expected to fully fund care for yourself. Between £14,250 and that threshold limit, you still contribute from your income and even from your savings, as they are assumed to generate income. It's a very weird calculation, but they do calculate it as income. And below that threshold, the support decreases, but you're still expected to contribute most of your income. So it's not as simple as you switch from you pay to the government pays. It's a sliding scale. And even when the council is involved, they don't just cover everything. They calculate the cost of your care, then assess how much you still need to contribute. And that, without doubt, mostly includes things like your pension income, as well as the value of your property. Now, with only a small amount left from your personal spending, they give you an allowance of £30 a week, which is pretty brutal. There is help available from the NHS in some cases. If your needs are primarily health-based, the NHS can fully fund your care, but this only applies in more complex situations. More commonly, if you need nursing care, the NHS contributes a portion towards that element. But when you put it all together, you have high annual costs, no cap, and a system that expects you to contribute based on what you have, which means many people start paying from their savings. And for some, eventually the value of their home. And that's when, well, that's the part none of us plan for and have never thought about planning for. We spend decades thinking about how much we need and how long it will last, but we rarely think about what happens after that. Because the real cost of later life isn't just about stopping work, it's about whether you can afford the years that follow. I've got a lot of clients that are spending, like 10 to 15,000 a month on care to make sure they're going to be okay. And it's something you should plan for. There's a number of ways to plan for it, and it's something you're interested in exploring, then you can book me and we can have a little bit of a chat. I don't charge for a conversation, but I think it's something you should start considering now whilst you're healthy. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. If there's any comments or questions you've got, please do drop them in the comments section and I will happily answer them.